Hi guys, I'm Chris and I've got a really exciting video for you. My current Nike shoe rotation and the bargains that I picked up. From Wildhorse 6s at £48 to Pegasus 37s at £51 and even the next percents at 167. I don't know why I'm doing that in my hand, but we'll stop doing that. So let's just quickly jump into it. Let's go from my slowest shoe first up to the quickest and tell you how much I paid for them and just a quick feedback on them. So my first shoe, the Nike Wildhorse 6. Love it in this colourway, royal blue. I've only got about 40 miles on them, so I can't give a great amount of feedback on them. But every time I've worn them, just love them. As I say, they're really good traction in the wet. Keep my feet dry, as long as the puddles are not too deep, because obviously this area lets in water. The React foam's quite soft, and just a pleasure to run in. But the bargain price I picked these up for on the Nike website, back in the last year, was £48, and so £48 in this colour shoe, absolute bargain. My next shoe, or the next quickest shoe, React Infinity Run. I saw a lot of people actually getting a lot of miles out of these, and so I thought, why not? I managed to pick them up on the Nike website last year for £81. How have I found them? When I first wore them, didn't find them that comfortable because of this arch protection here. Took a little bit getting used to, and was probably like a running slipper. It was so squidgy, the React foam, that I wasn't sure if I was going to like them. But after a couple of runs, haven't really even noticed the squidginess. I've run them on up to an 18-mile run. Not ideal, because I feel they do bottom out a little bit here. But maybe that's because I'm sport, because of the Pegasus 37 has got an airbag in. But wear-wise, hardly any wear on there at all. Is it a quick shoe? No, I'd probably say anywhere from easy to gentle. You can take it on a faster run, but it's just too much effort. But still a great shoe that I think you can put a lot of miles in. I'd say I got this for £81. It's approximately got about 190 miles in at the moment, and I say that I can't see anywhere on there at all. So I think someone got 1,500 miles out of these, but obviously I'm not going to do that. My next shoe is, I end up buying 3 of them. Pegasus 37, £51 each, which was an absolute bargain. So we should start with this shoe. As I say, I find them really comfortable. The first 25 miles was horrendous in this one and this one. The rack foam was just too hard. But when I took this one out for the first time, I took it for a speed session, and that seems to have broke it in nicely. Look at the different wear. This one has got 11 miles in it. As you can see all the lugs and the patterns on there. But then we move on to the olive. This one, actually the lugs are still there, but we're losing some of the patterns slightly. But these got 178 miles on them. So going pretty well, still comfortable. The shoe that's got the most on is 288 miles. As you can see, the lugs are starting to wear down, so it's nearly flat there. But I still think that you would probably get 500 miles out of these, maybe 600. These are my shoe that I use on my easy to faster pace runs. I say I've run various runs from a sub 20-minute 5k all the way to 8-minute miling. For me, they sit best around about my kind of medium pace run, because then you're kind of more on your toes. Once you start sitting more on the back, then the React is a bit hard. My next shoes are an absolute bargain. The Zoomfly 1 SP. This is the first version, and the SP is the quickest version before the 4%. So not much to them. They're both pretty similar, but just in different colourways. Both got about 100 miles on them, and as you see, the wear, hardly any wear on there at all. And these are fantastic for the track, fantastic for 5k, 10k. Got an infused carbon plate, so you don't get the full benefit of the carbon plate, but very light. And pick these up for a bargain price of around about 45 to 50 pounds off of eBay. You know, the jobs that you see on there come with without no box lid. They probably picked them up from America. And these are held up really well. As I say, if you're looking to get an older shoe that someone goes, you know, you turn up to the track and everyone's like, oh, what shoe's that? Because not a lot of people, you know these shoes, or these shoes have been and gone. You know, these have been thrown away years ago. So absolute bargain. Prices have creeped up on eBay because I think more and more people are getting used to it. But if you pick these up in the winter, they tend to be a bit cheaper. So they've both got about 100 miles in them, 45 quid. You know, you can't go wrong really, can you? I did pick up the original Zoom Fly, but both of them have done now. You get roughly about 350 miles out of them. So let's move on to the next shoe. So we're getting quicker now. Tempo next percent. Pick these up for £127 with a discount code. Got about 90 miles in these. Slight wear where I heel strike slightly on the back, and you can see slight wear where obviously it's just higher here, and you can see two lines there. I don't know if you can see that on camera. What can I say about these shoes? Well, the first, I think 4 times I wore them, I got free PPs. First time was just a tester run. The second time, I think, was a half marathon. I think I knocked about a minute off my PB. Then I ran a 10k, knocked about half a minute off my PB. And then on another run, knocked a further minute off my PB on a half marathon. And they were all on tempo runs. So this is a fantastic shoe. Not one that everyone gets on with. Yes, it's a bit noisy, but I say if you can get on with it, I say it's a great shoe. My only niggle, that this bit here is a lot harder. So whenever I wear these, my nail gets a bit sore around this area, but I think that's because obviously that's reinforced. All my shoes that I've showed you so far, apart from the Wildhorse 6s, are true to size. The Wildhorse 6s I always go up half a size on a trail shoe, so they're 11.5. But all the rest are 11, and the shoe I'm going to show you next is also 11. So this is the magic shoe that everyone talks about. We're on the second version of this. This is the first version, and I managed to pick this up for £167. True to size 11, and this shoe, I've only put 11 miles in it. I've done a tester run, done a track session in it, and I will be wearing it on my half marathon, and I will be wearing it for London. I say this shoe, when I run in it, compared to the Tempo Next Percents, I was thinking, oh, they're pretty similar, couldn't feel the weight difference. But once I started putting the pace down, where the Tempo Next Percent struggles and is good for half marathon and probably 10k at most, because it's just a bit bouncy, this, you can really get the power down. And I'm looking forward to just using this for time trials, races, and love the colourway. I say this, the BRS version, and I did wait a long time to get these. As I say, I like to wait till the price comes down, and I was waiting to get some sort of discount code, and it just happened to come up. Nike, emailed me, put the discount code in, and bingo, finally got them in the end. So as you can see, I've got a great selection of Nike shoes. I'm not one to pay full price, as long as you don't mind not having the latest model. There's some real bargains out there. Paying £48 for Wildhorse 6s or 37s for £51. There's not a great deal of difference between that and the newer one. Yes, it's a slight upper change, but as long as you get on with Nike, then there's some real bargains out there, and you don't have to pay the kind of full price. And people don't look at you and go, oh, he's got old shoes on. I've got a nice selection of shoes here, different colours, and I like to rotate them and use them obviously what they're for. So my easy gentle runs, I use the Infinity React Run, if that's what it's called. It's a bit of a mouthful. Pegasus 37s fits somewhere in the middle, and then for my quicker sessions, Tempo Next Percents, and maybe one pair of the Zoom Fly SPs. And then for racing, if I was doing a 5k, obviously I'll probably go for these now on any race. But if I was to just pick between the Tempo Next Percent and the Zoom Fly SP, I would go towards them. Tempo Next Percent, so ideally I think it suits a half marathon because it's a bit bouncy. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know what shoes you've got in your rotation and what sort of bargains you picked up. And as per always, I will speak to you soon. Cheers.